every 6 months, but for some people, it's not always possible.
That's right, and during February's National Dental Health Month, Samantha Cavalli shows us how one teenager using his parents' profession makes smiles a little more accessible.
I was just trying to help, trying to, be more progressive in the community. I did not think on this great of a scale how much it would help people, but I just really wanted to help.
Rebuilding smiles, that's what today was all about at Meadowbrook Smiles in Howard. Nolan Van Miller, a senior at De Pere High School, was looking to get involved in his community. His sister worked at the new community shelter, and he volunteers there as well.
Van Miller was looking for ways to help those who needed dental care the most, so he turned to two expert dentists, his parents.
This is why I became a dentist. My specialty is pediatric dentistry. My wife is a general dentist, and between the two of us, we try to give back as much as we can.
Doctors Rebecca and Eric Van Miller provided free dental care to new community shelter residents, regardless of the complexity of care needed. They haven't offered Donate a Dental Day since the pandemic started, but believed this was the perfect opportunity to start it up again.
Most of my patients, unfortunately, have had severe issues that mostly the removal of infected teeth and just treating an oral disease at its worst. Essentially at the point to where some of them could have been at the cusp of getting hospitalized for this care.
Nolan says he loves seeing the reactions of everyone that came through and the confidence boost it gives them.
Most of them haven't been to the dentist in like 20 some years, and some of them are just afraid to smile, so getting that confidence back for them is I'm really appreciative.
Samantha Cavalli, Action 2 News.